Hey, I'm Sean Provencher from the Path Real Estate team, and I've got Alexander Evans, one of our top salespeople at the Path Group.
Hello.
How you doing this week?
Very good.
Well, we just received the statistics for market activity on the Toronto Real Estate Board for the month of September 2017, and you told me that you had a couple things that you wanted to share. What's going on out there?
I think the big thing is if everyone wants to watch our videos from last month, you can kind of see that most of our predictions were right in the sense that we felt that the
High five.
It is a high five, yeah. So big pat on the back on that one.
Yeah.
So we, as agents, we're involved in real estate every single day. We live and breathe it, and we just had that feeling that things were going to really turn around for the overall market, and it did. So we saw that the overall sales was up a bit, but it's a good indication that things are coming back, and most importantly that the prices have leveled off, and in most cases have started to see a slight increase. In Toronto, you saw just over 5% increase, and then the condo market just continues to be up massively. We see it, and in Toronto, it's up by 24%, which is a huge number.
Which is so interesting because for the longest time, freehold houses in the Toronto market have always been the most desirable thing, and I think with the market just taking a bit of a softer month or a softer couple months, it's interesting that people have really been flocking towards condos.
Yeah, I've been telling people for the last 6 months to a year that I just strongly believe that condos are going to continue to be strong and will be for the foreseeable future. And for me, like, the biggest thing is people can't afford that $1 million house, but they can afford a $550,000 condo. So there's a lot of people who can do it on a single income, and more people can obviously do it when you have two incomes paying for a $550,000 condo. So you're going to see more people that are just realize that they need to be close to work. They want to be close to where the hustle and bustle is, and they're okay living in a condo now, and hopefully be able to buy a house in the future. But at this time, they're willing to accept that a condo is probably the best option for them. And most importantly, they want home ownership. They don't want to rent. They want to actually buy something, and the condo is the best option. And frankly, I don't understand how many people can afford all these expensive houses. So
it's crazy.
It is crazy. So giving people an alternative is really important. So it's good to see. And one thing I also want to point out is that it's the Toronto market that continues to be so strong in both sales activity and the price increases. The 905 continues to be a bit softer overall. I think we saw just a little too aggressive of growth there, so things are still continuing to pull back a bit, and we'll see where kind of the dust settles. But the fundamentals of Toronto seem to be strong, and that's where we see the increases that we're seeing overall.
It's interesting because last year the 905 was outperforming the 416.
Yeah.
Pretty much throughout the entire year.
Yeah.
Whereas this year, it feels like the 416 is kind of embedded itself a little more steadily.
Yeah.
So
I think it's just desirable places to live, and also just with the government changes, legislation that they put into place, people took more of a pullback in those areas because we perhaps saw a lot more investors buying there, and we saw a bit more of a pullback in certain areas of the 905.
Right. So what do you think's happening next?
I don't think we're going to see like a huge increase in prices for the foreseeable future for the next couple months to the end of the year.
It's kind of steady, clean.
One thing that I think will happen, and the Toronto Real Estate Board also predicted this, that we're going to see a lot more increasing in the actual volume of transactions happening. And because right now we're still trending well below where we have been in previous years in terms of the number of transactions. This past month we did about 6,400 transactions, and last year it was significantly more, about 3,500 more transactions per month. So we need to really bump that number up and get people buying and selling again.
Great. Yeah, we've got a backlog. People that should have sold that now are going to be coming back to the market and are going to sell, and that will stoke the buyer's market in return.
Absolutely. So I think it right now is proving to be a great time for buyers because we know that the average days on market has increased, and we also know that the inventory is up and the amount of active listings is also up. So when you look at those three things that gives you as a buyer kind of the perfect storm of being able to get out there and have more choices than you've had previously.
Actually choose something.
Yeah, actually choose something. You don't have to make that instant decision. Maybe go back and take a look at it for the second time, and really analyze what's going to be the best option for you. So for buyers, it's presenting itself as a really, really good opportunity.
It's so funny that we act like this is some kind of godsend, but it is in our market where there's just traditionally been so little inventory compared with the demand. So
yeah, we just finished a period of last year and in the years previous to that when houses were essentially selling in a week. Everything was going in multiple offers, and you go on the market the house would go on the market on Monday, and the next following Tuesday it was sold. So now people can actually go out, take a look at the home, make a choice that's right for them, don't feel rushed by it. And for buyers that I'm working with, they like that, because that not having that pressure it's a bit more relaxed atmosphere, and they feel like they're able to make the right decision for themselves.
Great. Anything else people should know, or should we let them get back on with their day?
That's it.
Hey, thanks for watching. This is About the Market with Alexander Evans and Sean Provencher from the TREB Real Estate team.